Hello everyone. In this video today I want us to go through how we can be able to configure CGNAT. And CGNAT is very helpful because it comes in handy in situations whereby you have your public IP, and as you know, public IPs at this time, your IPv4 are almost being exhausted, and you really want to use them well. That is one reason that you need CGNAT for. And another good reason why you need CGNAT is in situations whereby your network has really grown, and let's say you have over 100, 200 clients, and those big numbers. So it gets to a point where you'll get complaints from clients that probably they can't be able to visit a particular site, and reasons for that is that your IP could be blacklisted, because this is something that these companies do all the time, and getting your IP blacklisted will really make your clients have difficulty in accessing some of the regular sites that they do visit. So in today's lesson, I want us to go through how we can be able to configure CGNAT on our MikroTik routers, and I'm going to use GNS3 for this demonstration. So let's have a look at a situation whereby your provider has given you a /29 IP, and a /29 IP, typically you now have 4 usable addresses, because the first one is going to be your gateway, then you have the remaining 4 that you can be able to use. So these are the scenario that we are going to use, and this is going to act as our public IP. Then this is also going to act as our last mile IP, which we are now going to assign to our clients, and we are going to route all these private IPs to a particular public IP, so that we are able to divide them well. So this is going to be a /24, but we are going to do some subnetting such that we get /27 from this. So let's jump in and go straight ahead. So let's now log into our MikroTik router. Here it is. It has no configuration at all. This is because it's anchored on my current network. So let's add our IPs. So my public IP currently, which we now want to use for this purpose, this is going to be 102.254.100.80/29. So this is going to be our public IP. So we are going to anchor it on Ether1. Apply that. Okay. Then let's add our gateway after that. So IP routes, let's add a gateway. This is going to be 102.254.100.81. we are going to apply that. Okay, our gateway has been added. So the next thing that we want to do is we now want to add the rest of the remaining public IPs. These, the 82, 83, 84, and 85. We want to add them to our network. And we are also going to add them still on the same interface, which is Ether1. So let's come to that. And this is going to be 102.254.100.82. This should be 82. That goes to Ether1. Apply. Okay. Then we add another one. This is going to be 102.254. This is going to be .100.83, if I'm not wrong. yes, apply, okay. Let's add the next one. This is going to be 102.254.100.84. we are going to apply that, okay. Then the next one is going to be 102.254.100.85. still on ether 1, apply, okay. So we now have all our public IPs on our ether 1 interface. We've already set our gateway, so we are good to go after that. So the next thing that I want us to do is I want us to create a bridge. I want us to create a last mile bridge where our clients will all be connecting to. So this is last mile bridge, okay. You can give it whatever name that you want, and the ports that we want on this bridge, we want ether 2, okay. Maybe also let's just add ether 3. This is very much dependent on how you have your ports or interfaces set up. You can add everything to that bridge or whatever setup you have. So let's just leave those ports as they are, ether 2 and ether 3. So after that, let's now set an IP address for that bridge. So we come to IP address, then we give it 172.10.10.0/24, and this is going to our bridge. Apply that, okay. So once that is done, we now want to create our DHCP server. So we come to IP DHCP server, and before we create our DHCP server, let us first of all create our IP pools. So we come to IP pools. When we come to the IP pool, we come and say plus, and we are going to name this, let's just say CGNAT pool, and our pool is going to be 172.10.10.2 all the way to 172.10.10.30, and this is .30 because we are going to use /27. So click OK on that. Then let's add the next. Let's call this CGNAT pool 2, and now our IP range is going to be 172.10.10, and this is now going to start from .33 all the way to 172.10.10, and this is going to end at 62. Excuse me. Click OK. Then let's create the next one. This is going to be CGNAT pool 3, and the IP range here is going to be 172.10.10, and this is now going to start at 65 all the way to 172.10.10, and now this is going to end at 94. Click apply. Let's copy this, and the next one is going to be CGNAT pool 4, and it's going to actually begin from 97, and this is going to go all the way to 126. Apply, Okay, we have one more to add because we just want to clear the whole /24 range. So maybe this may, okay, yeah, this will also be CGNAT pool 5. Is it 5? Let's just confirm. Here's CGNAT pool 5. And the address is going to be 172.10.10.129. Now this is going to go all the way to 254. So this is 172.10.10.254. Okay, so another thing that I want us to do here is when this IP is exhausted, it should roll over to the next pool, which is going to be pool 2. Okay, then when 2 is exhausted, this should go to pool 3. Okay, then when pool 3 is exhausted, this should go to pool 4. Okay, then when this is exhausted, this should go to pool 5. Yes, like that. So we are done with the IP pools. So let's get that out of the way. So the next thing that I want us to do is I want us to create a DHCP server where our clients will be pulling from. So we come to DHCP server. So for this case, I want us to just create the DHCP server manually and not use the wizard. So we come to networks, add, and our address is going to be 172.10.10.0/24, and our gateway is going to be 172.10.10.1, and this is going to be the gateway for all those public pools that we've created. Maybe we can also have a DNS server of 172.10.10.1. Apply that, click OK, come to DHCP. Let's add. So maybe let's call it CGNAT. Our interface, this is going to be our last mile. And then after that, we can, what else are we supposed to add here? Our address pool, this is going to be CGNAT pool 1. After that, we click apply. Okay, so that's all that we need to do to create our DHCP server. So now let's go and create some few rules to enable the CGNAT to work. So you come to IP, firewall, NAT. So let's add some few NAT rules. So, and all of these are going to be source NAT rules. So you click on add, general, this is going to be a source NAT, and our source address, this is going to be 172.10.10. Let's see, where are we starting from? 0.27. 0/27, and then the action here is going to be source NAT, and our to address is now going to be our first public IP, which is going to be 102.254.100.80. Apply that. Okay. Then we come and add our second NAT rule. Our source address is going to be 172.10.10.100. dot 10 dot this is going to be 32/27. The action is going to be source NAT, and our 2 address is now going to be our second IP address. Let's just pull the IP addresses so that we can also have a look at them. So our 2 address is now going to be this IP over here. So this is going to be 102.254.100.82. Apply that. Okay, let's add the third one, our source address. Let's pull this back again, IP addresses. So we are going to add a NAT rule for this .83 IP. So our source address is going to be 172.10.64/27, and our action here is going to be source NAT, and our 2 address is going to be 102.254.100.83. Did you do I think we did 83 the last one, so this is going to be 84. Yeah, 84. Apply. Okay, let me just confirm if this was H3. Oh, we haven't done H3, so let's do H3 as well. So let's add another rule. Let's pull up our IPs again. General, our source NAT is going to be 102.254. No, that's wrong. 172.10.10, and this is going to be .96/27, and our action is going to be source NAT, and our 2 address is going to be 102.254.100.83. Apply that. Okay, then we add another rule. Let's pull our addresses again, IP addresses. So we are going to 85. So our source NAT is going to be 172.10.128/27, and our action over here is going to be source NAT, and our 2 address is going to be 102.254.100.85. Apply. Okay, so basically what this does is that each and every pool of IPs that we created, the /27 IPs that we created, those pools are going to be assigned to the 5 public IPs that we have. Let's just pull the pool list again. So here we are. So anybody who uses who pulls from this pool over here is going to be assigned an IP address which is going to traverse the first public IP that we have. The second one is going to traverse the second public IP that we have, and so on and so forth. So Guys, that is how you can be able to configure CGNAT for your MikroTik routers and be able to distribute the few public IPs that you have. So that's all for today. Please be sure to like the channel, be sure to subscribe, share the video, and thanks and bye bye till we meet again in the next video.